Get ready. 3, 2, 1, fight!
Hey there, welcome back to Broken Knights Games. My name is Sam, and I'm building a game called Sumo Showdown, and this is the next episode of my Devlog series where I share my progress, challenges, and what's yet to come before this game is done. So a little update on my timeline. I went and tasked out all the major things that I need to complete, and then estimated how many hours a week I can work on this project, and then this then led me to setting a goal of being feature complete sometime in May of this year. Now with that said, I'm aiming for all the major gameplay functionality to be complete by then, but I expect there to be some polish yet to do. So the game won't actually come out until a few months after that time, but I'm starting to look also into what storefronts I want to launch on, as well as starting to build a marketing plan. So when I click publish, my game's just not like another drop in the sea of games that come out every month. But anyways, enough of that. So on to the goods. Let's see what I got done in the past month, shall we? So you might be looking at this and say to yourself, hey, I know what that is. That's a desert rock. And I would say yes, it is. I've been working on creating a new arena that is set in a rocky desert canyon, and I have a ring atop a spire that's going to move as the players move around it, so it's going to teeter and it's not really attached, and so it could result in some players falling down or the whole thing coming down, which I think will make for some interesting gameplay. Alright, so here I'm just blocking out the new arena using Pro Builder and Unity, so I can have a canyon on each side and a river going down the center. Just blocking it out, simple shapes at first, and I'll fill it in with some more detail. If you want to see how I did that, you can check out my desert rock sculpting video where I show my process of how I go about doing that. So next, using the terrain tools, I add some detail to the canyon and give it some shape, so I can add a river going down the center. And next, I build up the center spire that the ring is going to rest on. And then here, I start to have some fun testing with the players move around and the physics until it feels just right. Alright, so this is how it looks right now today. I'm still not done, obviously, but you can see I added in some textures for the rocks here, and also started bringing in this water that's actually borrowed from my seaside arena, so I didn't have to create any new water there. And it also helps because it'll help with the consistent art style. These might look a little familiar if you've seen some other videos, but I'm starting to add some rocks to the actual canyon here to add some detail. And then you can see I added the ring here on top of this spire. So there's still a bit to do left in this map, but I'm kind of getting the initial feel down so I can start playtesting it before I go any further. So something that's been bothering me for a long time is the lack of game feel in this combat, and it feels a little stiff, and it needs to feel a bit more alive. So the only thing in order to effectively test the combat mechanics is I need to have another person sit down and playtest my game over and over and over. And while I want people to playtest my game, it wasn't really quite ready for that. So I finally came to the conclusion that I finally needed to start implementing an AI system to control another player. Now, this initially was something that intimidated me because I knew I would have to come up with an algorithm for the AI player so it reacts to player movements while still making choices of its own in order to defeat the other players. So I ended up creating a system that acts like a state machine, and I can have different AI behaviors depending on changing situations such as game modes or where the players are, what they do. So the most simplest version that I implemented was controlling this movement. So basically, the AI would check where the nearest opponent is in the sumo ring and asks, am I closer to the center than the other player. If no, then I'll try to move there. If the nearest opponent is further from the ring center than the AI player, then the AI player will then move towards the player and try to push him out of the ring. So it actually ended up being pretty simple, and it works quite well, and it ended up being the foundation of this AI behavior. So after that, I added some timed intervals where the AI player would attempt to punch or block player attacks, as well as build up strength to overpower the other players. And this system actually works pretty well, and I hate to admit it, but it has beaten me a few times, so I guess that means it's working. So now that I had a computer player to test with, I focused on dialing in the combat mechanics and also started to add some more visual elements. One thing I discovered early on with people testing my game is they were focused on what's going on in the ring, that they often would not look at their strength and stamina bars in the UI toward the bottom of the screen. So I added a red ring that pulses under the sumo's feet as you press A, which makes it feel a bit more responsive and gives a visual that the strength is building. Also, in addition, I added a green circle that corresponds to the amount of stamina that a player has remaining. So as they're tapping A and building up their strength, the stamina circle is shrinking and getting smaller. So I may end up making some more tweaks to the UI, maybe getting rid of the bars on the bottom entirely, or just changing those up, maybe making them a little bit less dominant. But I'm pretty happy with what I have for now, and it's working. So lastly, the thing I also wanted to add, but have been putting off for a long time, was some more sounds. So I took advantage of some really good asset pack sales over the holidays in the Unity Asset Store, and bought 2 sound packs which had a lot of really good sounds that I think I can use, as well as in future projects. I'm pretty sure I can use those too. There's just a ton. So I spent a lot of time going through all those sound effects and figuring out what would work. But I'll just show you how much sound can add to a game to really improve the experience. Here's no sound. And then with sound, I gotta say, playing this game with those new sounds added was like night and day. I always forget how much audio can bring to a project, so then hearing these sounds really got me pumped and excited to keep on chugging along and get this game finished. So I think that will wrap up things for this devlog. As you can see, I've been able to add some improvements and chip away at my feature backlog. So if you want to stay up to date on my latest progress, I will be posting more devlogs here every month, as well as other game dev related videos. So I'm setting a goal to upload a video at least every other Friday. So if you want to follow me on this game dev journey, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and also let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.